Okay, from last few classes, we are discussing numericals on Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient. In our last class, we have been discussed in detailed about calculation of calculation of correlation coefficient for a bivariate frequency distribution. Theoretical part we are already discussed in our last class. uh, I suggest to you that you have to write down uh, the note and draw the table, and here you have to write the extra things, and here you have to uh, correction. Here in the book it has been written that horizontal, but you have to write down vertical, and here instead of vertical lines you have to write down a horizontal line. Okay, now using this theoretical concept, we are going to be solve this question. Okay, so here the question has been given in the table format. We can see that along horizontal the random variable x has been represented. Along y-axis the random variable y has been represented. Okay, and for each x and y, these values represents the corresponding frequency. Okay, so here 4 means, here you can see age in years 18 are marks secured in between 10 to 20 will be 4. That is the 4 number of students. Here the question is that the following table gives according to age the frequency of marks obtained by 100 students in a intelligence test. So here capital N is your 100, right? And this is also called as the frequency distribution table. Using this frequency distribution table, we are going to find out this one, correlation coefficient, right? So here now the x is represented along horizontally and y is represented along vertically, and this x and y is again modified to or transformed to another two random variables. X is transformed to u and y is transformed to v. How it is, we are going to go for the next page. So carefully you have to observe this table. Okay, this is the table. Carefully you have to observe how the xy has been transformed to u and v, and what are the each values represented in this table. Carefully you have to observe, right? Here you can see that. So I suggest to all of you that you have to draw this table, and again you have to draw this table. Okay, so first you can see here that uh, along horizontal for first class, that is your 10 to 20 mark, in between 10 to 20 mark, uh, 18 age students are 4. For 19 age students are 2. 20 to 21 there is no data given. Okay, so this will be considered as 0, and here total will be 4 plus 2 plus 2 8. Like that all the values are given. Here there is no data recorded, or we can consider this is 0 and this is 0. And here if I am going to be add along this way, it will 19 20 31 28, right? And if I am going to add in this way and also in this way, I am going to get 100. That is your total number of observation or total number of student, you can see, you can say. Okay, and as we know that to find out the correlation coefficient, we know we need covariance of random variables, and then sigma x and sigma y, that is nothing but r. So if xy is going to be transformed to another two variable u and v, the corresponding covariance will be written as covariance of uv by sigma u and sigma v, that we know. Okay, but in this, and here we have to find out the covariance of xy. If this xy is going to transform to another two random variable, it will be written as covariance of uv. So as we saw in our last class that covariance of xy for this case, for frequency distribution case, covariance of xy or two random variables will be represented as 1 by n summation over x, summation over y, xy, and frequency of xy minus x mean and y mean. So if x and y transform to uv, so instead of xy we have to write u and v. Okay, so likewise here sigma y will be transformed to v, so sigma v square, and likewise this will be v square, and this will be gv minus v mean square, like that. So here in this table the xy has been transformed to u and v as per our I could not say our requirement, but we have to transform the x and y to random variable in such a way that our calculation will be minimized. Okay, so here you can see that in which way the x values are transformed. First you carefully you have to watch that here x values are 18, 19, 20 and 21. So this x value has been transformed to u as x minus 19. Okay, here 18, 19 and 20, 21 is there. Okay, so here u is transformed to x minus 19. You can consider x minus 20, 21, 18, anything you can consider, as we know that with the help of that theorem that if x and y is going to be transformed to another two random variable u and v, then the correlation coefficient is not going to be affected. And also we done one example in our previous class, we discussed. So here in the book or by this author, the author has been considered u is nothing but x minus 19. So you can check x by considering x minus 20, no problem. So if we are going to consider u equal to x minus 19, the values of u are, it will be, see, x means 18 minus 19 will be minus 1, 19 minus 19 will be 0, 20 minus 19 will be 1, 21 minus 19 will be 2. Okay, now come to the v values. So these are the classes, first, second, third, 4, 5, 6 classes are there. Okay, 6 classes are there, and for each 6 classes this y value, see here the y values are this class, that means 10 to 20, 20 to 30, like that. So this y value is transformed to another number. How? That is your v equal to y minus 35 by 10, y minus 35 by 10, right? Sorry, I told mistakenly that y minus 35, it is actually mid value minus 35 by 10. Okay, so here v is equal to mid minus 35 by 10. Okay, so first of all we have to find out the mean value of each classes, mid value of each class. So this is the one class, that 10 to 20. So mid value of this class will be 15, right? Here mid value is nothing but lower plus higher by 2. So here 15 will be the mid value. For this case, this will be 20 plus 30 by 2, your 25. Here 70, 30 plus 40 by 2, your 35. This will be 45, this will be 50, and this will be 65. And here we have been considered the v, which is transformed from y value through the mid value. So here v will be mid value minus 35 by 10, right? So here you can see that mid value is 15, 15 minus 35, 15 minus 35 is your 20, 20 by 10 equal to minus 2. Okay, so mid value is 15, 15 minus 35 will be minus 20 by 10 will be minus 2. So here you can see that mid value is 25, 25 minus 35 by 10 will be minus 1, 35 minus 35 by 10 will be 0, then 45 minus 35 by 10 will be 1, 55 minus 35 by 10 will be 2, and then 65 minus 35 by 10 will be 3. So here we got the u values are this one, minus 1 0 1 2, and v values are minus 2 minus 1 0 1 2 3. Okay, you can say our first step has been completed. Now here you can see that at the bottom of the table it is also written that u equal to nothing but your x minus 19, and v is nothing but y minus 35 by 10. Actually this is not y, this is the mid value of y. Okay, you just correct it, mid of y minus 35 by 10. Okay, now so we are going to go for the other values. Okay, so first of all you just check once again the initial table whatever given in the question. See, for this class we have for 18 age 4 2 2 5 4 6 4 like this. So these values are written here 4 2 2, and there is for 21 age x equal 21 age there is no value of y. So you can we have to consider this will be 0 or just to put a dash. And here is your 5 4 6 4 6 8 10 11 4 4 6 8, and there is no data 2 4 4. You can see for 50 to 60 there is no data, 60 to 70 also there is no data. You can see here 50 to 60 this column, for this column here there is no data, no data. Then this one is your 2 4 4 2 3 1. So here 2 4 4 2 3 1. Okay, now what are the values here? You can see 8 0 minus 4, which is in a small circle. What are these values that we are going to discuss? So each and every value whatever represented in the table that we have to first discuss, then automatically we can found covariance of uv, variance of u and variance of v, and correlation coefficient of uv. Easily we can find out. Now you can see that this column, the total GV, that means this represents marginal distribution of V. Marginal distribution of V. That means for a constant V, we have to add all the X values. Okay, for constant V, for this value, for this particular Y value or V value, we can consider for particular V value minus 2, all the x values, right? So all the x values are 4 plus 2 plus 2 equal to 8, right? And for this v value, this 19 is nothing but 5 plus 4 9, 6 plus 4 10, so 19. So 6 plus 8 10 plus 11 35, 4 4 6 8 22, 2 4 4 2 4 4 10, 2 3 1 is your 6. So this column is represents belongs to marginal distribution of V. Okay, that is your GV. Now we are going to be multiply V into GV, and this is the column belongs to V into ZV. Now we have GV is this one, corresponding V is your how much? Minus 2. Corresponding V is your minus 2, right? So minus 2 into 8 equal to 16. Then 19 into minus 1 equal to minus 19. So here 35 into 0 equal to 0. Here you can see 22 into 1 equal to 22. 10 into 2. Okay, 10 into 2 will be equal to 20. Then 6 into 3 equal to 18. So V into ZV represented by this column. Okay, next we are going to go for V square into GV. See, these values are required to calculate the variance and covariance. So here we need to evaluate. So V square GV. So now v square gv, here you can see v is your this one minus 2 into gv. So v square is 4, 4 into 8, 32. This is minus 1. See here minus 2 square into 8 equal to 30. Here it will be square of minus 2 square equal to 4 into 8 equal to 32. Minus 1 square will be 1 into 19, it will be 19. Here 0 into square means 0, so it will 30 into 35 equal to 0. Here 1 square into 22 will be 22. 2 square 4 into 10 equal to 40. 3 square 9 into 6 equal to 54. Okay, now we are going to go for summation of u into v into f of uv. Okay, summation of uv into f of uv, because this term is very much required for us to find out the covariance. See, covariance of two random variables is nothing but summation of xy into fxy. So as xy has been transformed as xy, here you can see covariance of xy equal to summation over xy, summation over x, summation over y, xy, f of xy. As in this table, the x and y has been transformed to u and v. So this value, that means uv into f of uv, is needed to find out the covariance of uv, right? So only for that, this column is represented the summation of u into v f of uv. Okay, here you can see this value 4 is represents v into f of uv for all values of u. See, as u is represented along horizontally, so for particular value of v, that means for this row, the particular value is minus 2, and the variation is your u values. So for all u values having constant v value, what is the value of summation over uv when summation is going to be run upon the u into f of uv, right? So what will the value? Here you can see that, see, this 8 is which is rounded up, this value is nothing but uv for each uv into f of uv. Carefully you have to watch this one, you have to watch carefully. So this rounded 8 value is represents uv, u into v into f of uv. Okay, now you can see here for this one, u is minus 1, v is minus 2, so it will be minus 1 into minus 2 will be 2 into f of uv. F of uv means 4, so 2 into 4 is your 8. Got my point? Now this value is nothing but minus 2 into 0 into 2 will be 0. This value, this rounded value, is nothing but minus 2 into 1 into 2, that will be minus 4. And this value is there is no data, so we have to put no data, or you can consider 0, right? So here you have to write 8 is 0, minus 4, also you have to round at 8. Okay, and for this first data 8, you just write down uv f of uv equal to 8, and for other rounded data you no need to write uv into f of uv. Just for one data, for your clarity understanding in future, whenever you have to follow your note, at that time you are going to understand easily. For that you have to write down uv f of uv equal to 8. That means this rounded data is represents uv, corresponding uv into f of uv. Okay, now we are going to consider sum of these three values, 8 plus 0 minus 4, and this value is 0, we can consider the value will be 4. Okay, so 8 plus 0 plus minus 4 will be 4, right? So here summation runs on the u, so here it has been written clearly that sum of uv and the summation will be run upon u. This is u f of uv. So 8 plus 0 minus 4 equal to 4. Likewise, we have to go for another data. That is, here you can see this will be minus 1 into 5 will be 5, right? Minus 1 1 into 5, this value will be 5. Then minus 1 0 4 will be 0. Minus 1 1 will be minus 1 into 6 will be minus 6. Minus 1 2 minus 2 into 4 will be minus 8. So if I am going to add these numbers 5 0 minus 6 minus 8, I can found minus 9. Okay, likewise other data also we can found. The rounded data are represents this value uv f of uv. So here I am going to represent. You just pause the video and write down. Okay, this is the 0 value. You can see 0 is going to multiply with minus 1 0, and with multiplied with 6 will be 0. So all the values will be 0, and this value also will be 0. And here you can see this data that is your 1 into minus 1, 1 minus 1 into 4 minus 4. Likewise other data will be 0 6 16 will be 18. If I'll be add this rounded data, it will be 16. And here there is no data, so we are not going to found any data, so you can put a dash and 0 8 16. You just add, you can get 24. Likewise here there is no data, means you can get there is no data. So 0 9 6, just add, it will be 15. So if I am going to add all the data, this one I am going to get 52. Okay, so 4 plus, that is minus 9 plus 0 plus 18 plus 24 plus 15, you are going to get 52. That this 52 is nothing but summation over u. We found for each value is summation over u, and if I am going to add all the values, that means summation over v, summation over u, this is small v, f of, sorry, this 52, that means uv, f of uv. Okay, f of uv, this 52, that means summation over v, summation over u, uv, f of uv equal to 52, right? So here we found v gv, this one, v into gv, this one, v square into gv, these values, this column, and uv summation over u, f of uv are these values. Similarly, you can calculate along this way, that u into f of u are these 19 0 31 56 68, right? And u square f of u equal to 19 0 31 112 162 and summation over v uv f of uv. See, if we are going to consider these values, so this will be what, this will be summation over v, because here u is a constant value, and we have to consider the variation of v. So this will be summation over summation of your summation of v uv f of uv will be 9 0 30 1 3 13 and 30. If I am going to add this 9 13 30 will be 52. So here this value also nothing but this one, this 52 also this one, that is your summation over, you have to write down. Okay, summation over v, summation over u, uv into f of uv. Okay, all the required data we have been evaluated. Now we are going to go for calculation of correlation coefficient. So u already we have been considered that x minus 19, v equal to the mid of y minus 35 by 10, and u mean is nothing but sum of u into f of u by total n your 100. Okay, you just calculate this one, these values. these, if I'm going to add all the frequencies, then we can get 100. Okay, so the n value is 100. So u f of u, summation of u f of u is your 68. Okay, will be equal to 68. 68 by 100 equal to 0.68. Now average of v, that is 1 by 100, that means n will be 100, 1 by 100 summation over v into gv. So v into gv, uh, v v into gv, sum value, that means this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this equal to 25. So 25 by 100 is your 0.5. And we have to consider covariance of uv is nothing but 1 by n summation over u summation over v, uv f of uv minus mean u mean v. So n is your 100, 1 by 100 into this term is nothing but your 52. Okay, so you just put 52 and minus u mean is your 0.68, v mean is your 0.25 equal to, we found 0.35 is your covariance of u and v. Now we are going to go for variance of u. Variance of u is nothing but sigma u square equal to 1 by n sum of u square f of u minus mean u square, right? See these things already we have been discussed in our last class, this one. If we are going to consider variance of x, it will be this one, 1 by n summation will be run upon the x, so and x square fx minus x mean square. So as random variable here is your u, so this will be u square f of u minus u mean square, and summation will be run upon the u. Okay, and corresponding all the values we already evaluate, this n value is nothing but your 100, and u square f of u summation run will be run upon u, that means this value u square f of u, that means this plus this 19 plus 0 plus 31 plus 112 will be equal to 162. So 162 by 100 minus u mean is nothing but 0.68. So 0.68 square we can found 1.1576. Similarly, you can evaluate sigma v square will be nothing but 1 by n summation will be run upon v and v square into gv minus v mean square. So summation over v square gv. See, v square gv is represented by this column. So if I am going to add all the value, we can found 167, right? So here 167 by 100 minus v mean is nothing but 0.25. So 0.25 square, and you just calculate, it will be nothing but 1.6075. So correlation coefficient will be covariance of uv by sigma u sigma v. So covariance of uv already we evaluated, that is your 0.35 and divided by root over of this one into root over of this one. So we found 0.25. So here, since as we already proved by the theorem that correlation coefficient is independent of change of origin and scale, so correlation coefficient of xy will be correlation coefficient of uv, and this is your 0.25. So carefully you have to watch this video, and I suggest you draw this table and this table carefully and write down the note. And so this will be the answer of this question, and we are going to go for the next question, that joint probability distribution of x and y is given this one. So x value is -1 plus 1, y value 0 1, and find out the correlation coefficient between x and y. So here it is very easy, that probability distribution table, this will be value for -1 0 will be 1 by 8, -1 plus 1 0 will be 3 by 8, like this we know that. And we have to find out the values of correlation coefficient of between x and y. Here you can see the marginal probability distribution of y will be equal to 4 by 8 and 4 by 8, Okay, you just add this one, 3 plus 1 4 by 8, 4 2 plus 2 4 by 8, and marginal distribution of x, that is your represented as px, equal to 1 by 8, 2 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8 plus 2 by 8 equal 5 by 2. So if I'm going to add this and this and this, it will be 1. So the probability distribution table has been uh, validated. Now to find out the correlation coefficient of xy, we have to find out covariance of xy and sigma x and sigma y, that the standard deviation x and y. So for that, we have to find out expectation of x, that is nothing but your summation over x px, and the sum will be run upon the x, that it will be, here you can see, minus 1 into 3 by 8 and plus 1 into 5 by 8, and we are going to get 1 by 4. Likewise, expectation of x square, that means summation over x square px, and the sum will be run upon the summation will be run upon the x. Okay, so this will be minus 1 square into 3 by 8, okay, uh, plus 1 square into 5 by 8, so 1. So now variance of x will be nothing but ex square plus minus ex whole square will be 15 by 16. Likewise, you can find out expectation of y square, and variance of y will be nothing but this one. This variance is nothing but sigma x square, right? And this is variance of y is nothing but sigma y square. Okay, and expectation of xy means uh, expectation of xy means we have to add all the values, that means x y into x into fxy. You got my point? This one, that means it is telling that we have to find out this one, summation over uv, summation over u, summation over v, and uv into f of uv. Okay, likewise, so expectation of xy will be nothing but, here you can say 0 minus 1 into 1 by 8 plus 0 into 1 into 3 by 8. See, 0 minus 1 into 1 by 8, 0 1 into 3 by 8, then 1 into minus 1 into 2 by 8, 1 minus 1 into 2 by 8, then 1 plus 1 into 2 by 8 into 2 by 8. So if I'll be add all the terms, we are going to get 0. So expectation of xy we found 0. And the covariance of xy, we know that for the uh, 2D random variables, and then covariance of xy, we know that expectation of xy into expectation of x into expectation of y, and expectation of xy we found 0, and expectation of x is nothing but 1 by 4, and expectation of y is 1 by 2. So we found minus 1 by 8. Therefore, correlation coefficient will be covariance of xy, that is your minus 1 by 8 divided by root over of sigma x and sigma x square, sigma y square. So sigma x square equal 15 by 16, sigma y square equal 1 by 4. So root over of 15 by 16 and 1 by 4. You have to calculate it. You can find minus 2,582. So this represents the negative value, means negative correlation between x and y. If x will be increase, y will be decrease, and x will be decrease, y will be increase, likewise, like this. So here we have been completed all the probable questions belongs to your uh, car person correlation coefficient. You have to watch this carefully and write down the note, and in our next class we are going to discuss rank correlation. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.